It's going to be a video showing you how to solo flawless the Master Empire hunt this week, which is the Dark Priestess. This is just going to be showing you how to easily obtain the Pinnacle reward, which requires a Master difficulty Empire hunt done. It does not require platinum, hence I'm not going to do platinum in this particular video. I have on various other runs, but for this we're just doing a how to easily do it, the easiest approach, what's the easiest character to do it on, and plus the triumph, which I've made it on the other videos, the Technocrat and the Warrior as well. This is just sort of this one for this week. So we obviously have match game, all the regular Nightfall type of modifiers on, but Attrition's on this week, so we need to prioritise our health. We have Wormhusk Crown on, we're on Nightstalker bottom tree, we Gambler's Dodge. Every time we do a smoke bomb, which a smoke bomb lasts 7 seconds, we can do a dodge next to an enemy and get another. That's 14 seconds of invis there, that's plenty of time to skip encounters that we want. So this isn't a platinum run, it's just what is the minimum amount of work needed to get your platinum solo. Not only that, this video is relevant to my platform, PS5s and PS4, because there's a big problem at the minute with the Fireteam app finder. There is other LFG third party sites, but mainly people are using the Fireteam app finder on your mobile phone. That doesn't work now for sending invites. This is a big problem. PS5 players can't send to PS4 just an invite from PSN. Anyways, so there's a huge thing going on at the minute and people aren't able to join each other. Whether that's going to get fixed or when it's getting fixed, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. But if you are able to solo and able to take direction, then it's actually quicker and easier just to get, you know, these endgame activities done. If you do not have a friend already to, you know, come in and do that. So you can pretty much skip everything until this point here. This section is skippable, but the next room isn't skippable. And what ends up happening is some of the ads, i.e. the anti-barrier champions, will follow you into the next room. So you're better off taking out some of the ads here. This champion's a sniper, so you want to take out this champ. For sure, 100%. Also we're running double primary just because consistent to have overload on scout more than I mean stasis is cool and stuff, but you can't go invis. Right, so it just defeats the object. If you're going for a platinum run and stasis is cool, yes, that's fine. But we're not going for the platinum run, we're going for as quickly as you can, efficiently, without being too risky. Obviously we're using you know, one of the best loadouts in the game with Anarchy and stuff and bottom tree Nightstalker, but this video is for easiness. It's the end of the week reset anyways, so I'm a bit late to the party with this one. Despite that, just because I've been busy and, you know, I can't make videos all the time. Some people demand and say I want this, I want that. What you need to realise is some people don't actually do YouTube, they just do it on the side. Okay? So what I would say is read the about me for more information on that on my YouTube. Then you'll see that I'm not even a YouTuber. Okay? Let's just get that one thing straight. As of right now, I'm not. And will I be in the foreseeable future? I doubt it. You would need 50, 60, 70, 80,000 subs. I don't know about that. So that's just to get that out there. So videos are far and few between. They're inconsistent. Sometimes I can upload 4 or 5 vids a week. Sometimes it's 2. Sometimes it's 1. Sometimes it's none. Just bear that in mind. So with this section here, I was mentioning about the anti-barrier champions. So this one here doesn't push or can push the brig area, but it just all depends on how long you are. If you skip the brig, that anti-barrier is going to be there. Melt that anti-barrier down as quickly as possible. That makes this room easier, which we do need to clear the ads in this room, as there's a blue aura door there. There'll be marauders around the corner as well, which we can take out with Anarchy, and then there'll be an overload champion at the back. We'll get a stun there. We've got Surge here, so we can do a nade. Double Anarchy, and then just do intermittent shots with our scout. Our scout has osmosis on as well, which isn't required but does help out here and there. I understand that's kind of a rare thing, If you haven't, just use Night Watch. It's a better scout than what I'm using anyways, with the fact it's got explosive payload and stuff. This scout does as well, but this particular roll-on that I have is osmosis. Can't have osmosis and explosive. So for the next room, there's going to be 2 anti-barrier champions. There can be 3. If you kill one of the anti-barriers too soon, you'll get an extra 1 spawning. Don't touch the anti-barriers. The first priority is the solar shanks. So as you can see, I'm spawn killing the solar shanks right off the bat. Why is that? Well, because when they group up, they're just going to get shielded. Try and get as many as you can before the anti-barriers group up in the middle. This room here has 2 spawns of solar shanks. It's got the initial spawn that we're killing here, and then it's got a second spawn, and it's based on the amount of shanks that you kill. Now there's a couple of shanks that group up, sniper shanks that group up at the top. We're going to leave them, we're going to invis and go up there and take them out. Reason for this is because we're in prime position to turn around and spawn kill all the solar shanks. If you do this, this will optimize this room and make it way easier, because what the shanks want to do, they want to group up with the anti-barriers to be shielded. Spawn killing them like that avoids it. So now there's only 1, 2 solar shanks down there. Literally that. We can take the anti-barriers from here and the Arc Captain. They don't come up top, but you do get fired at. As you can see, I'm taking a lot of damage. So we'll get a dodge now and then, you know, when we need to. I'm pretty weak there. Concussive Dampener's helping out here. I have 1 Concussive Dampener on. Okay. With a GL reserve. You could go all in and do 2 Concussive Dampener, which they do stack. You can do 2 Concussive Dampener, but you want to have as much reserves. But we've got Spores of War on. Spores of War gives you heavy ammo on finisher kills off, you know, champs. We've also got everything else on, so GL Scavenger, GL reserves. You always, for solo player, your base should be get the fright stat. So for Hunter it's high mobility. We get that. What do we do then next? We get the weapon perks on, the scavengers, the reserves. Then we think about the concussive. Then we think about, well, can we put a cell build on? No, we can't, because we're not using cell mod. Right, what can we do? We can do Charge of Light. There's a lot of shields in this, so anything where there's a lot of shields, I go Shield Break Charge, High Energy Fire. If I'm using a sword, it'll be Lucent Blade. But I'm not using a sword, so it's the standard High Energy Fire, Shield Break Charge. That's all there is to it. I think I've got a stacks on as well, which is Void on the Wormhusk. So you always want to be thinking about that, because when you're solo, right, and you're having to clear out all these champions. I mean, obviously I didn't clear out all the champions, but this is just general, for general end game stuff that I do, and what most people, like players, do. Prioritize ammo perks. Don't worry about this, that, and the other. Ammo perks. Then look at your concussive. Look at your resist mods. Then look at the cell build or the Charge of Light build. First and foremost, ammo. Ammo is the biggest thing. If you don't have the ammo, you'll fail the run. You don't want that. So this section here, there's a brig, there's solar shanks, and there's 2 overload captains. We can skip this room. It's the same as previous. We can skip this room, but we can't skip the next. Now, I took out the solar shanks because the solar shanks will follow you into the next room, proving the next room to be dicey. So what you want to do is take the solar shanks out, skip this. These ads will despawn in time. You'll get an Arc Captain, which we need to anarchy him. That's why I've got anarchy on. That's the main reason, because we've got all shields to take. We've got Void, Solar, Arc. The reason for that is because Hot Knife is on. Sometimes Hot Knife isn't on, and you'll have Arachno. Arachno just basically means the Vandals spawning their little mines, the trip mine. It's actually harder when Hot Knife's on, because you've got to prioritize Solar as well. This is the final room. We want to double stick the anti-barrier and back up. Back up from the ads. They're less likely to hit you so much. Obviously attrition's on. We have to be, you know, cautious. Because attrition's okay, but when you need to stand there and take sustained fire to an enemy, attrition's terrible. Just like togetherness, in a sense. Not as bad as togetherness, right? But it is, and health's the biggest thing with it. That's why we've got Wormhusk on. That's why we're on, you know, Nightstalker, what have you. Now we can just take out all the ads from a range. That will then take us to the final boss room, which is pretty simple. As far as I'm concerned, all these Empire hunts are amazing. I really like them. They're kind of like Nightfalls, but the story missions, and we've always wanted harder story missions. So here we go, and these are some of the best I've ever seen in Destiny. I'll just say that because they are story missions. Some of the best story missions I've ever seen in terms of design, everything. This is the worst one for me. I like the warrior, I like the technocrat preferably to this, but this is also good. So with the boss fight, as soon as we start, we do not have a tether. If you did have a tether, tether it. You'll tether the boss and all the adds, and then Anarchy as well. Clears out everything. I didn't, but Anarchy done the job anyways, because I have plenty of armor there. We've got to do this fight in 4 phases, so there's no one phasing. That's fine. With this map design, so we have this area here. We can always come back here. The boss isn't threatening in terms of movement. It's not like Exodus Crash where the boss teleports on you and aggressive melee wise. The boss is slow moving, but the mechanic around this boss is that when you get frozen, which is highly accurate. So every time you hear the audio cue, which you'll get used to it the more time you come here. As soon as you hear that, take cover. Left and right there's the barriers, and then at the very back there's the barriers. If you stand at the back, eventually the boss will make its way to you, or left or right. So try to rotate here and there. But overall the boss, like I said, isn't really threatening movement wise, it's just the ice mechanic. If you get froze at the wrong time and it adds, then that's a wipe, more than likely. So that's where the danger can be. You'll have 3 servitors spawn for every phase. For every 4th of the damage dealt. The thing is with this is, notice where the boss was standing. Where the boss was standing is where the ads spawn. So that's why we use the Tether Anarchy there to spawn kill all the ads, or not if all of them, and do boss damage. So that was the key there with that. So say we took the servitor out on the opposite side and we were nowhere near this boss. You're out of position. It just takes 2-3 seconds. All the ads, because it's fallen and the way they act, they all scarper, they're separated. Once they separate, that just makes it harder because attrition's on. Attrition makes this hard. Okay? That's what makes it hard. It's not the actual design of it so much. It's just attrition. If it was chaff, if it was famine, it wouldn't be as difficult for people. I mean, I'm not saying that this is super difficult either. It's light level dependent, like anything. I'm 1277 in this, so I'm basically at light, so it's not difficult. If you're 1271 below, yeah, it's more difficult then, just because of the sandbox of it. If you don't have an Osmosis Scout like myself, it doesn't matter. The nade is going to do most of the work anyways. I just put this on just in case I wasn't getting ammo drops and stuff, because obviously we can break the shield with the grenade and then Anarchy. That will actually finish the servitor off. But it's quite a long fight, so you want plenty of ammo, and if you're not getting the ammo drops, the Osmosis Scout helps to take out the servitors. Saves on heavy. That's why I was using it. So notice now the boss is on the opposite side of the map, which means when we take down the last servitor, the ads will be on that side. We'll take the shield here. We want to take this servitor down quick. We don't really mess around with it because the boss is approaching us, and the boss is in sort of an awkwardish spot, which means I couldn't spawn kill ads as effectively as I wanted to, but worked out okay still. So doing the 2 Anarchy shots ran off. They'll then come into the Anarchy shots, as you see. There'll be a couple of Marauders. The worst is ranged ads. If there's any ranged ads up, that's where it's more dangerous. The melee ads, you can control that. The range ads you need to be a bit more careful with. Another thing as well is try not to burst down the boss while there's still ads alive, because what's going to happen is, if there's still ads alive, the servitors are going to spawn up, and what they're going to do, they're going to make all the ads immune, meaning that you've got to take out the servitors before you do this, that and the other, and it just makes things more difficult. So try to make things as easy as you can. We've also got a tether for the last phase, or we will have by that time. We just need to take out the 3 void servitors. If you like not as close as me for super, wait it out. You can wait it out. You can have 2 servitors taken down and have your last servitor alive, and just invis or just hide behind cover until you get your super. Because a bottom tree tether will take out the remainder health of this boss. We got froze there, but we're in cover, so that's fine. Also, if you get a finisher kill while getting frozen or just before, the finisher move will sort of cancel out the mechanic of the ice. 2 servitors left to go. Picking up any ammo as well, that's really important. But like I say, mainly the tether, like we're not going to take the remaining adds after this phase, which you could do if you're lack of ammo and stuff. You just do it the exact same way I've done the other 3 phases. But we're not going to do it, like I say, this is all about quickness, easiness, how to get your Pinnacle fast. You can do this in a team, solo, it doesn't matter. Obviously if it's in a team, you need 1 Nightstalker just to invis you through. Just throw a smoke bomb at your feet, everyone follows. And then that way you could actually help this boss really quick in the team. That's the final servitor done. We're going to do 2 anarchy shots just before our shield's taken. We get froze at the same time, but that's fine. As the boss is sort of stunned, we're going to jump in the air just to get out of the way of these melee adds, and then just finish with a tether. That's basically how to easily get the Pinnacle reward for the Master Empire hunt this week. I'll probably do the Warrior again, because it's going to be different mods and stuff, just as I enjoy these, but I'll still do the Nightfalls as well, and what have you. And Prophecies obviously returned, so I need to rework doing vids on that. But that was the Solo Flawless Master Empire hunt on that. Hope you enjoyed, thank you.
Her legacy will go on. New champions will rise in her name. We must stay always vigilant.